Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marilisa and you're watching The Girl Miss Yarn. Today I have a short video for you guys. I'm going to show you guys everything that I have finished knitting wise in the last month. And I also going to share with you guys one new work in progress and one project that I think I just need to toss. I don't think I will be able to frog this yarn. And I'm going to talk to you all about the why and the whole thing. So if that's something for you, thank you for watching. If you follow me on Instagram, you may remember like 2 weeks ago I had a tantrum on my stories, okay? And I said that I was never going to record and upload a video on YouTube, and here I am 2 weeks later, like a little fly that will not go away. I mean, like, I've been on YouTube for 6 years and I like to share with you guys everything. And I think in this 2024, I've been on a knitting rut. I've been so unmotivated and I feel like I have enough and I don't need anything else. So I'm trying to kind of like find my footing as a knitter living in Texas. Today it's going to be 103 degrees and I am hibernating inside of my house. Like, I don't hibernate in the winter, I hibernate in the summer. I don't want to get out of my house after noon. And I have lost a little bit of the steam, so I think talking about knitting will get me, I don't know, a little bit more excited to start and finish things. But I noticed, I think since February I've been like on a knitting rut, but I had a couple of projects that I've been lingering for a while, and I wanted to, instead of like starting casting something on and, you know, being all excited about that, I wanted to finish what I had already almost done and just get that instant gratification. Not instant because, you know, I just spent I don't know how long, but just that feeling of finishing something up. And I had a couple of projects that I went ahead and I finished. So let's start with the first one. This is the Stripe Cozy by Shina Billow. I talked about this one a couple of videos ago. This one was a kit for Rhinebeck 2023 for Chelsea Luxe booth, and this is a pattern that Shina Billow designed for Christina, and I was not able to attend Rhinebeck 2023, but Christina gracefully sent me the kit and I was screaming, loved it, and I finally finished it. So let's start with the main detail. So this pattern is knitted in DK weight yarn. As you guys know, I didn't block or gauge anything. Well, I blocked, I didn't gauge it. I didn't gauge swatch at all. And this kit comes with, I think it was like 8 skeins, or I think even more. I don't remember right now. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know this one is 2, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, 8 colors and then plus the WIP, so that's 9 colors. And it was a mixture of a bunch of her yarn, and I love this. You guys know I love stripes, so I was into it. And this one, the main needles are US 6 or 4.5, and then the WIP, it's done in US 6 or 4.0 millimeters. So why you're not focusing on me. This is a pattern, and let me tell you, it's really simple. I started this in 2023. I started, I think it was November, something like that. And I was reading Throne of Glass. I was reading the Tandem Read and then Kingdom of Ash while I was knitting this. And I love that now I have a couple of books that I can tie into my knitting. Those books were super long, super tedious. And the cool thing about this, I finally was able to crack the code on how to knit without looking and purling without looking. So I was able to go back and forth on this project and don't have to think anything besides, you know, stop the read and you know, stop reading, you know, turn my work and then just start with whatever, you know, doing at that moment. I believe I change colors every 8 rows, and this pattern is done in pieces. So you do, you know, the front 2 pieces and then the back. And what I did differently from the actual pattern is that you were supposed to knit the sleeves and then attach them when you attach every single, you know, compartment together, or you assemble it together. I just went ahead and I assembled the sides and then the shoulders, and I picked the stitches on the armhole, and I went ahead and I did it as long as I wanted it. And I will have to say, I don't have a seam on the sleeve, under the sleeve, because I didn't knit it flat, but you can do either. I didn't mind at all constructing this together, and it was quite easy. I went ahead and I picked for the rib for the neck band, or the neck band, and I picked the amount of stitches that the designer suggested. And because I didn't gauge swatch, my cardigan is definitely smaller than Christina's or even the designer, so I had a little bit more tight gauge. So when I picked the exact amount of stitches, it felt like I was just like probably pulling too tight or something. It was not laying flat like I loved, right? So I lost a little bit of steam on that. I think that's what I said last time I talked about this project. So I let it sit for a couple of months. I was so frustrated, and I was not even frustrated with the pattern or nothing. I was just frustrated with my lack of wanting to knit anything. So I finally grabbed it, and I decided to do a double knit button band, and I pick up all these stitches. I don't know how many I pick. It was just random. I just make sure that I pick from the bottom up to here. When you have the decreases, I had the same amount of number, and then, you know, the same from here to the seam and whatever. So trying to be, you know, consistent. So I did that for the double knit button band, and I started it, and I was like, you guys, I was like so excited, and then I was like, do I really need that? Because here you have that 1x1 rib, and it was not looking cohesive with also the 1x1 here. So even though the button band was one, I was not vibing. So I decided to rip it off, but I kept the stitches that I picked, amounts that I picked, and I went ahead and I did that 1x1, just ripped. And sure enough, I needed more stitches. I didn't need a different technique, so that's what I did. I went ahead and I blocked it, and there's a little bit of bleeding. It is my fault because I let it sit for hours, like 8 hours. I just let it sit. I just put a timer. I turned the timer off 30 minutes, and then I went ahead and I left the house. And then when I came back, I was like, oh my god, my sweater. So it was totally my fault, but I don't mind it. It looks so cool. And I blocked it really well. It was a little bit tighter than it's right now. It's kind of snug if I compare it to the other one that I made with her yarn. This one is a little, you know, it's kind of like more tight, more it's not as grandpa oversized look, which I love. And I pick a couple of buttons that I thrifted, and I have those mix and match, and I will definitely probably just wear them open. I just wanted to show you guys, but it looks so good. It's just so pretty, and I cannot wait to wear this. It's so nice. My mom actually believed this is the other one that my first cardigan, but I'm like, no, this is different. It's just stripes. So I will have to say I love this pattern. It was quite easy to make. Let me put this on because I cannot. Okay, there you go. It was quite easy to make, and I know people don't like to do seams. I don't mind it. They're like so easy to make, and I didn't mind the purling at all. So if you are, I feel like it's more structured also. It just kind of looks different than the other oversized. Kind of like this one looks a little bit more there. Then again, I didn't mind it. I was reading through it all. So I read Empire of Storm, Tower of Dawn, Kingdom of Ash, and then I reread Fourth Wind, and then I read Iron Flame. 5 books, 5 long books, but I mean, and let me show you my knitting journal. I have not done the entry for it, but I cannot wait. I need to put all the colors and I have to find them and then just add all the little colors to it. But that is the cozy stripe. So let's move on to which one? Oh, let me talk to you all about my socks. The other thing that I finally was able to finish is the Herding Cats by Stone Knits. I started this once, I believe, hold on, let me see if I have the notes here. I believe I started this one last year. Yeah, I don't know when I started. But I went ahead and I used purple for the main color, and I don't know, I don't have the band for the skein, so it's like an unknown yarn. I know it's a fingering weight yarn, and then the rest are just minis from different advent calendars. I was so excited while doing this, and I went all the way till here, and I thought I was ready to cast off. So I went ahead and I tried it over my foot, and I couldn't get this part over my heel. So I was like, what is going on? So I was so patient through, trying to get it through my heel. I finally got it, and pretty much all my toes were out, like not even any of my toes, which is not even reach the finger, like the toe part, the toe part. So I definitely need another repeat. So I went ahead and I think that's the only one that I repeat. It's the green. So I went ahead and I did another green, and I lost steam on these ones, and I left them, hang, and after a while I noticed that, okay, I'm just gonna finish the socks. Let me just do one. I thought in my mind that I just needed one more repeat. So I went ahead and I tried on again, and I was just like, oh no, I just did the 4th repeat off after the heel, so I'm ready to go. So I went ahead and I did the toe part, and I didn't mind it at all. So I made a size 2 of the pattern, and I use light fingering, and the needles are used size 1 and 1.5. So you do 1 for the cuff, the heel, and I think the toe, and then you turn or you change to 1.5 or 2.5 millimeters to do the color work. You guys know I love color work, so for me this was like a nice, I just was scratching the color work itch, but it was not like a sweater. So although I think I'm just gonna go ahead and I just itching for a color work project, so we'll see. So I went ahead and I finished the first one, and I went ahead right away and cast on the second, and that was easier, I will have to say. The second one, I know I'm weird. I don't mind the sleeves, I mind the body, I don't mind knitting the second one, so that's that. So love them. I use the 9-inch circular needles for this, and at the beginning, or when I knit other when I have knitted other socks without color work, just pretty much like plain ones, I do the magic loop method because I didn't like the super tiny needles. But for this project, I think because you have to keep the tension because of the color work, I didn't mind it at all. It didn't cramp my nails. I cannot talk to my fingers, nothing. So that was that. Let me see what else yeah, it says I didn't enjoy the magic looping on heel and toes. I did use the magic loop for that and I didn't enjoy it. So I am weird, definitely just one of those. But I think this is my third pair of socks. I have not weaved the ends. I need to get a sock blocker because I think for this part, you know, it's kind of doesn't give at all. I want to make sure that I soak them and then I get them into the blockers, and that will stretch, but I don't want to stretch too much. They look so cute. I love the cats, and you guys know I love my cats, so perfect pair. And I may need to, I don't know, do another colorwork pair of socks because I actually enjoyed them. Okay, so let's move on to what else? What else do I have? Hold on. Oh, the Coorie Poncho. Hold on. So let's talk about my second Coorie Poncho. This is by Amy Palco, and this one is done in DK weight yarn. US size 6 needles for the ribbed, and then US size 8 for the body. It's a one size, and you can actually make it as long or as whatever you want. It's just like one of those that is a one size, but you can adjust, and it's really easy to adjust. For the first one, which is this one, I was very, you know, I was taking notes, how many repeats, how long, how many stitches. For this one, I was a little bit more lax, and I love them both. They're both so different, although they are the same pattern. And I already talked about this one on a video, but I finally was able to finish this poncho, and I love it. It's just so different. I just feel a little bit more grungy. I don't know, I just feel different, and I am here for it. So I cast this one on in December 2023. This is part of the advent calendar for a homespun house, and if I compare it to this one, I cast this one on using 2 strands of the yarn, you know, and for this one I just did one of the advent color day, and then one of strand of this Ito Sensei 60% mohair, 40% silk. This one is 20 grams or 262 yards, and this is in the color Pale Blush. So I think I have, oh yeah, I do have a little bit that so it's just not white. I didn't want it to be white, but it doesn't want to focus. So I picked this color because I love that rosy tone, although this is more like a beige than anything. I don't feel like this one feels like it's I don't know, I just have like the tiniest hint of pink. But this one I cast it on with those two, holding a yarn, or you know, strand, holding a strand of the color with one of the mohair. I didn't gaze watch, nothing new. I went ahead and I cast it on, and I think I did 8 rows, and then I started to blend the colors. This is a self striping yarn this time around, so that's why I think it looks seamless. If I compare it to this one, you see that here is a little, you can see a little more of a band. So for the first row, or the first color, I did cast on, did 8 rows, and then I did 1 row of the new color. Then I went back to the first color, I did another row, and then I, you know, took off or break the previous yarn, and I worked 6 rows of that new color, and then, you know, interlace, do one of the new one, then one of the old, break yarn. So in total I'm gonna have 8 rows per color if I take consideration the one that I just, you know, do it before and back. So if for this one, I think I used 17 colors, and for this I used 18. I went a little bit longer on the rib as well. So I went a little bit longer on the rib. I think definitely you can tell I went kind of like half an inch longer than the previous one. I wanted a little bit longer rib. So I went ahead and I decided, okay, so when it's time to go to the 17th, I went ahead and I did the 17th and I added the 18th for a little bit longer rib. That's all I have to say. I have not blocked this, and I love that it looks so long. I don't know why, but for this design I did the Steven weave method, so I just have to go ahead and just cut that, and I don't have to weave no ends, which I'm so excited, because after that cardigan that I weave all the ends, I got a little traumatized. I don't want to weave an end ever again. Like, I mean, I still have to weave ends for this socks. So that's that. Love it. I love that I will forever remember the, you know, where this yarn comes from. And I lost a little bit of steam on this one because I was out of this yarn, and I kept this on the car, just kind of like on the go, because it's just you have an increase every single quadrant, and you know, it was so easy. At the end I have a couple of errors here and there, you know, because you will forget and you have to increase here and there, but I lost a little bit of steam because I was waiting for this yarn. I went to my local yarn shop and I asked for it, and I'm still waiting for it. So I went somewhere else and I found it, and I got one. So I used 3 of this and then 18 colors of the headband, and that's my poncho. Let's move on to a little bit more fun stuff. What do I have now left? Let me see. Hold on. I think what I have left is just 2 more FOs. Let's do it. So my next finished object is my second one of this pattern, and I don't have the first one to show you. I have the second, and I need to I need to send this to the owner, and I actually was going to go and do that today. I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take a moment and just record it, and then I will send it to its owner. This is a gift. This is the second one that I gift. This is the Fanny Belt Bag by Vanessa Reyes, or Van Ray Knits. When she came out with this pattern in May 2024, I couldn't buy it now, like I couldn't buy it, you know, click the buy now faster. I was like, oh my god, buy it now. I loved it. Although this is a belt bag, or those ones that you use kind of like over your chest. I like this kind of short strap, and if the owner wants to get a different strap, then she can do that. This is the one that I got. I got this one at Pop Shelf store, and I thought it was perfect for this. I even will leave it like that, and if I want to add another strap, maybe like a leather one, I will, you know, add it, but I don't know how she wants to wear it. So this is, like I said, the second one. This uses US size 10 needles, and is a super bulky yarn. I believe the first one that she made, you know, the designer, was done in a t-shirt yarn. So I was like, I do own some t-shirt yarn that I'm going to use, and let me put it in here because I think it needs to be shown. Right? It's so good. Okay, so for the first one, I bought this yarn, and I bought this yarn when I did that crochet little bag. Should I get it? Let me just go get it. Let me go get it. So I made this bag, and I wanted to have one in metallic, and I went ahead and I got this yarn through Amazon. This one I love. I need to change the buckle because this, I need to probably go to somewhere because I cannot find, I need one that will have screws because this one has teeth and it's like the bottom or the part that goes here just fell off. So I need something that will be more strong, and this one is not. So when I made this one, I bought this through Amazon, and I bought, I believe it was for like $18. The first one that I did was using this. Let me tell you, this looks so amazing, but this is a work of love. Use a size, use 10 needles or 6 millimeters, and I used 3 of this one for the first one. And let me tell you, I didn't love it, but I love the end result better than this one. I'm going to tell you why. For the second time around, I used this one. Also, I got it through Amazon. This was double the price of this one. But if you see, you lost a little bit of the shine as you knit. So with all the passes and, you know, the struggle and just the stitch, it just lost a little bit of the sheen. It just is like printed, but it looks less shiny than this one. So definitely this one, I'm gonna place it here. So this one, it was half the price. It hold the shine. It didn't, it looked like it was peeling or something, this one. And I used three the same for this one, and this was half the price. There was a bunch of colors. There was like gold, hot pink, all that. I actually want to make one by myself, but let me tell you, it was a labor of love. Not because the pattern is difficult or is a bad pattern. On the contrary, it's such a good pattern. I loved it. It's really well explained. It's fun. The whole thing. I love the entire PDF. It was just the yarn. So, you know, it's one of those things that you will do for yourself. Just notice that probably you need to have some kind of I don't know, stretching before and after, because my elbows were killing me. But the end result is so pretty. I think I did a video, a vlog, where I explained how I attach the zipper, but I will just you know, talk about it really fast. So you start with doing, it's like 5 parts. So you do this band, it's just like a skinny one, and then you do the bottom. I made a couple of mistakes, and I sent a message to the designer, and she said that it was very forgiving, that it will be okay, and sure enough, it was very forgiving. I will not notice. Then you do the back part, and I mean, it's just knitted. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And then you do with a crochet hook, you do like a little strip just to attach the D-rings. So for this one, you need the D-rings, and then you need the zipper. I bought a zipper for just like purses or jeans, like a heavyweight zipper, and I did attach it myself. So what I did, I attached one piece on top of the other. I didn't use, you know, nothing fancy. I went ahead and I stitched with my sewing machine over it. And I think the pattern asked for a 12-inch zipper. I did a 14th, and for the first one I went ahead and I cut it at 12 inches because, you know, I just thought I know better. But the reality is that this will stretch just a little bit. You see, it's just like a little warp. Should I change it? No. Why? Who cares? Anyway, everything, it's perfect, so whatever. So it stretched a little bit. I went ahead and attached the first part, and then I placed it on top of each other, or, you know, the second part on the zipper, and I made sure that you know, it was balanced. So I went ahead and did the second part, and then when I noticed I have nothing to cut, very little, so I just left it and I just turned it in. When I did these two pieces, what I did, I just attached them with my machine to the outside, and then I went ahead and I sew all the patterns or the pieces together, and that was I would have to say super easy. At the beginning the pieces were kind of big, and then when you do the mattress stitch, it looks a little bit, you know, smaller, but it is what it is. I then went ahead and I did this little thing for my friend, so that's her name right there, and then I did just a little bit of pearls here and there, and then I did a little bit of ribbon with 2 gold beads, and I did like a little tassel. So this one can be here on the zipper pull, or in my case I think here looks a little bit better. So that's that. I would recommend this pattern 10 to 10. It's so fun and different, and I like that Vanessa it's just bringing different freaking trendy stuff to us. Like take a look at her book. She is bringing what it's trendy out there. We catch up. Okay, so second one, I loved it. I hope the person loves it and take care of it as I will. If it was gifted to me, this is a big gift. I hope people will understand. I get asked for things and I say no because this takes forever. It took me a while, and the whole thing, piecing it together was something. So definitely a gift of love, and I love it. I will say this pattern is 10 of 10, really good. Then I was so excited about, you know, the clutch that I wanted to make one for myself, and I went ahead and I did the Cleo Clutch by Petite Knits. I mean, it's so cute. It's so cute. I have not used this because I want to, number one, I have to steam it, and number two, I have to add the D-rings. I have them right here, and I have to add a chain. I think it needs to be hang instead of just like used like this, but I mean, hello, it's so cute. This pattern is by Petite Knits, and it comes in 2 sizes. This is the small one, there's a bigger one. This is completely knitted. I use worsted weight yarn, and it uses a size US 6 or 4 millimeters needles, and I use this yarn. Let me show you the button or the ball band. So I use this yarn that I got at Hill Country Weavers here in Austin, and this one was on sale. I believe I paid, let me see how much I paid because I may have here, a total of $22.50 for 3 skeins of this yarn, and it comes in like the cutest little ball. This is in the color, I think it was in the color Coco Chanel, which is like a dusty whitish pink, and I use the 3 that I bought, so I only have this left, and I wanted it to make like a little tassel, but I don't have enough. For this one, it has a frame, and the frame, you can buy this frame through you know, Petite Knits website, but I went ahead and I got it through Amazon, and I'm gonna link, as usual, everything down in the description box with the link for the frame. If you see here, it just closed kind of like harsh. If I close it here, it doesn't close completely, which it doesn't bother me at all. I think it's just right here. I just probably made a mistake because I didn't gauge swatch at all. It was a little bit too big, just a little bit, so I think it gets in the way of the hardware kind of hinges, so it just a little bit yeah, it doesn't close completely, but I think it's okay. It doesn't matter. I think I knitted this in like 3 days or something like that, and it was so what you're supposed to do, or this part is supposed to be like 7 inches and something, and mine was like 1/4 of an inch bigger, probably like 3/8, so it doesn't matter. I did no modifications to it. I just went ahead and go wild with it, and I feel like this in a black with some embroidery, or you know, something gold or with a little sterlina going through will be super cute. Let me see, the lining was not as difficult to make as some people suggested. The wrapping through the frame was not difficult either. You don't see any of the, I tried my best. It would look so good, by the way. And then I was just like, oh yeah, it needs the it needs the little lining. So there's also a video that you can follow in her website that you can follow along, and you will, you know, learn how to add the fabric to the frame and then attach the lining. I added my little label, and yeah, I'm just waiting for block it and then add the little D-ring so I can do those straps. That's it. Yeah, and I love that I'm doing this now. So I took a Polaroid of me working through it, and it says I was reading A Light in the Flesh and then A Soul of Blood and Ash. So I think I finished that book. I started when I was almost done with that book, so that's cute. This says here, I love this knit so much. The yarn was a little stiff for my taste, but it knitted up in no time. So also I love having this around so I can, you know, remember all the calamities, because it just said that I was just like, whatever. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention was that I was a little sloppy picking up the stitches. So of course this side you knit whatever amount and then you start picking sides and then back. This side was not as pretty, but this one is prettier. I don't know what I did different. And then I pick the stitches along and I didn't pay attention, and they can tell. But I think with just blocking or steaming it, it will go away. If not, it's gonna be okay. I don't mind. I mean, hello, so cute. Let me see my phone fit in here. Phone fits perfectly. Let's get a brunch. Let's get a brunch. Maybe I do like a little strap like this, like a short one. Oh, so cute, like handheld little clutch. So cute. Anyway, it has a wide bottom. You see, it fits a lot of things. So that's that. Okay, so I think those are my finished objects. Let's talk about my work in progress, and then I think we're gonna be done. I think so. So let's talk about my work in progress, and I think I'm just like mid row. I am mid row. I don't think so. Hold on. There you go. This is the Skyline. Hold on. Oh my gosh, I did. Hold on. Okay, so this is the Skyline Tee by Coorie. This is done in fingering weight yarn. Uses size US 2 or 2.75 millimeters or 3.25 millimeters or US size 3. This is a pay pattern. I did in gay swatch. That's new. And I don't know. This is supposed to be, so this is supposed to hang. Tell me. Come on. Probably. Okay, I'm doing a size in medium, and I am using this yarn. This is a merino yak yarn. It's a 4-ply, and this is in the color unknown. In the color 7505. It's like a camel. This one is 58% wool, 25% polyamide, and then 14% yak. So you have a little bit of polyester, I think it is. Yeah, there. And I got 4 or 5 skeins for $6 each. So I got it on sale in my local yarn shop. I saw it, I jumped right away. And when I saw this pattern, I went ahead and I cast it on. So I have enough to make this. I hope it's stretch, you know, but so far so good. I am picking on the right front side. So how this pattern is constructed, you make this rib band and you do it until whatever amount of inches or centimeters, and then you pick from the back. You pick from the back and then you work back and forth until desired length, and then you go ahead and do the left front side, which is done and is waiting for me to finish the right, so I can work back and forth until, I guess, here. So that's where I am at right now. I'm not very excited with this make, and I'm gonna tell you why. The yarn is boring, super boring. There's nothing like spotted or nothing, right? It's just very plain. But I'm pushing through and going through the motions. Number one, because I've been knitting and reading, and number two, because I know I need things like this in my wardrobe that are short sleeve. This is a short sleeve sweater, and I'm gonna have this forever and ever. And it's just like the things that I don't love but I wear all the time, kind of those. I was talking about that with my mom. Like, my mom was showing me fabric and I was like, no. And she was offended because, or not offended, she was like, you never like what I like. And the reality is that I love print stuff and busy stuff in theory, like outside, but not on my person. And that's real cool. It's not that it's bad. What I feel like is hideous is like something that I will not reach to wear. So whenever I am knitting, I have to remember that I'm not going to reach for that. So let me change my battery because I'm out of battery. So with that said, I am just reminding me, okay, yes, it's not super fun. You're not super attracted to this yarn because you don't have all the explosion of colors, but you're going to be wearing on your body. So push through. Just finish it, or like, just keep on going. Just keep on going. And that's the mentality right now. I'm on a yarn ban. I don't want to add any more yarn that I have quite a lot. I think this one I got last year, so this is not new. But the things that I have gotten recently since I moved to Texas is things that are fingering weight yarn, and then stuff that is just like a solid. So you're gonna see a lot of that around, and we can probably talk about, you know, things like this later. I don't want to make this video super long. I know it's long enough. The other thing that I was working on but decided to cut, I know I'm gonna frog it, is this cardigan number 4. Hold on, I think so. I have all the information here. So it's my favorite things knitwear cardigan number 4, and this one, let me show you guys. It's so beautiful and I love it, but it's fisherman rib, and let me tell you, it's a nightmare. I love fisherman rib. Maybe I go ahead and just like put it back in the needles because it's so pretty. So I was here and I decided that I don't want to finish this up. I want to make a cardigan that is only mohair, and I know somebody was like, mohair in Texas? Yes, mohair in Texas. I want to do something that is mohair, maybe a little bit bigger gauge. This one used, hold on, because I was not prepared for this one for some reason. Well, I'm not prepared at all, but you guys know what I'm saying. Okay, so I was making a size medium. This used 3 skeins or 3 strands of mohair. I was using one that I think I got, I don't know where. This is like inexpensive mohair. I don't even have the bands for it, and I don't know where the other yarn is, but this is I mean, my colors. If I do a color analysis and they say that this is not my color, I don't care. That's how I don't care. This is not your color. I don't care. Red is your color. No. Okay, so this one uses US size 10 needles for the main body and then 7 for the rib. For me, number one, I made a mistake. Well, you guys are gonna be like, I mean, Marilisa, you cannot see that. I can see it. Can you see it? Can you see that crater? It's so big. I couldn't pass it. I will like look at it and be like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is the biggest hole ever. This is a nightmare to frog. That's that. And the 2 needles was something. So I made a mistake when you start with the band. So you see here I have a pearl in between, so it differentiates the rib from the body. I didn't do that in here. So there was another, I have a knit right there. It's a knit. So here's the rib and then there's the knit. It didn't have, I didn't notice until I was like a couple of inches down. I was like, whatever. So I may go ahead and use this yarn for something, or the yarn that I have for something else. I want to make a cardigan. Cardigans work for me better in this environment because I can take them off, right? So I'm still on the hunt for a 3-strand cardigan. Maybe I do my own cardigan because I cannot find it. That'll be something. Let me do my first pattern. Let me charge $20 for it because it's just to make a pattern. It's just the easiest thing. I don't know, maybe I do one and I just give it for free. I don't know. If I cannot find a pattern or what I want. I found another pattern. I think it's the cardigan number 6 by My Favorite Things. It looks so nice and so complicated. And I'm a little worried about the fact that there's so many charts. But I will report back. Anyway, so those are my finished objects. Or, well, these are my finished objects. These are my WIPs. And I showed you guys my journal. I'm enjoying this thing so much. Every single time I work on something or I have something to say, I open this up and I take 5 or even less, like 2 minutes, and go ahead and write in there what I am doing. You see here, I just did this page after I finished the facts. That's why I don't have any you know, any kind of information. But I'm trying to, I cast on and I go ahead and just like add the main picture you know, of the pattern, and then I do add a couple of pages here and there. I said this before, I am a cut and paste kind of journal person, and it's working for me. I need to do the same thing for this one. This is the first one that I finish. I need to put a picture of the second one, and yeah, this one I attach all, and then I was reading through it, or like writing through it, and then you can see it has a lot of information. So loving that. And I have to make the one for this one. I love these little Polaroid things. It's just like a waste of money if you ask me. Just take a picture and just print it in your house, because these ones, let me tell you, I've taken a couple pictures and they're just so random. It just looks so bad. So that's that. Let me show you more. So okay, I tried to take a picture of the Paris and it doesn't do justice, but it's cute. Anyway, that's that. Okay, so that's it for me today. I hope to be back soon. I don't know. Time will tell. Until then, happy knitting. Bye.